How do you get rid of your bad neighbors? Well, there's a number of options, including violence. But long before you look for violence to put them on the other side in the cemetery, and more than likely get yourself put in prison, or maybe the battle will go the other way and you'll get put in the cemetery and they'll get put in prison. So before you and your neighbor go ballistic, you might want to watch this video. Well, short of violence with a ball bat or a gun, how do you get rid of a bad neighbor? The trick of it is to understand that most people aren't bad. They just are doing something you don't like. And so the idea is to make it worth their time not to do something that you don't like. I had a trailer next to me here, and a guy rented it, and he had a big, loud, mean dog on a chain, and he put him on my side, facing my house and my bedroom right next to it, to the wall facing his dog, and his dog barked all day long. And it just made it real tough because I try to sleep in the mornings. So with that in mind, rather than to call the cops and make an enemy of him and or cause trouble one way or t'other that way, I just walked over to him one day and I took out and I pulled a $20 bill out and I handed it to him. And he said, "What's this about?" And I said, "That $20 is yours just for giving me a couple minutes of your time and listening to me." He said, "Okay, I'm listening. What do you want?" And I said, "Well, I want you to move your dog on the other side of your trailer." And I said, "Now, you don't have to do nothing. But if you move him on the other side, when you do move out of this trailer and leave, I'm going to give you another $40. And he said, "Well, that don't sound like too bad a deal." But he said, "If I put it on that dog on the other side of the other trailer, or those trailers on his side, will complain about the dog." And I said, "In other words, your dog's a problem for wherever he is, and you're going to be fighting a problem that way." I said, "But are they giving you money to move his dog?" "No, I am." I said, "If you want my money, that's what's got to be done." And so what he ended up doing was just keeping the dog in the house. It was a trailer, a used trailer that he was renting, so he didn't care if it got tore up any. And needless to say, so and when he left, I was good to my word. I gave him $40. So the $60, though, and he was there for about 2 years, that's dirt cheap to have a nice, peaceful, quiet sleep. That's well worth that, I kid you not. I had, when there was an influx of Mexicans into the trailer court, and they played their Mexican music too loud, and so I calmed that down. Again, no law enforcement or me getting testy and in their face. But when they're kids, and they had bunches of them, when their kids would come by, I just have them come over for a second and say, "I will give you free snow cones once a week if you keep that music down, turn it down." And boy, in a few weeks that they didn't, they'd come get their snow cone at the end of the week, and I said, "You had loud music. You don't get a snow cone this week." You only have to do that once or twice. And, you got 20 kids going back to their homes, making sure their parents turn that music down from then on. The idea is to make it profitable for them to be good to you. I also, along the edge of my property next to the trailer court, I put out tomato plants and things like this, so that I found that I get very little of my regular garden in the yard itself stolen if they've got garden produce to pick right along the side of my property. There's a lot of ways you can turn a bad neighbor into somebody that's livable with, instead of going to war with them and making a bad neighbor into an enemy. This is McCook's Mr. Bill. Rate this film.